I ran away from home the first time when I was just 6 years old. I ran away because I knew that this was not how human beings were supposed to be treating each other. I knew that way before that too. I remember being like 3 or 4 years old and my dad was spanking me and I was over his knee. And I remember I had this like out of body experience and I was suddenly viewing the situation from above. And I could see this happening and I thought, this is so dehumanizing. This is not how we're supposed to treat each other. I knew it inside. We were supposed to treat each other with love and respect and dignity and integrity. And I said at that time, just at 3 or 4 years old, I said to myself, I'm going to be a dad one day and I'm going to do things differently. And thank goodness I never forgot that moment. And I never forgot that feeling of running away when I was 6. And I remember being 13 and thinking all the adults treating me like I was worthless, like I was subhuman, like I wasn't, my opinions didn't matter, my feelings didn't matter, my autonomy and consent didn't matter, my needs didn't matter. Geez. And I remember thinking, please, please don't let me grow up into be an adult like that. And I remember I squeezed my fists and I scrunched up my face and I went, I'm 13, because I wanted to remember what it felt like to be 13. Do you remember what it feels like to be 13? Do you remember what it feels like to be a kid? It surprises me how many adults treat kids like crap and control them and control their choices. And even worse, punishing them and spanking and all this stuff. It's like you completely forget what it's like to be a kid. Or you're programmed to think, so many people say, oh, I deserve to get hit as a kid. I would never have behaved otherwise. Ugh, so painful to me that people believe these things about themselves. I guess I kind of did too until I went on my own healing journey, which I had to do. Because, when my dad finally couldn't hit me anymore, when I finally woke up to the fact that I could take any punishment, I became wild. My teenage years were full of crime and violence and so many challenges. And it wasn't until I had an epiphany of conscience and I realized I didn't want to pass that stuff on to my kid that I started to change. So don't saddle your kid with that same stuff, right? That's why we're cycle breakers. That's why we're making the change. That's why we're doing things differently. That's why we put in the blood, sweat, and tears. You are not going to come out of this unscarred. I have scars, physical and emotional. Let me tell you, I have scars all over from doing this work because it's not easy work. It's challenging work. It's a warrior's path to do conscious parenting. But I believe in you and I know you can do it.